Whoa. Whoa, ho, ho. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Yo, yo. Pimai. What's going on, Floyd? What a treat. Trick or treat, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. We're here. It's October 31st. For those who do, you do. And for those who don't, we don't, man. We don't do that. Harvest Day, pilgrims, dude. I'm free as a bird. Whoa. How's everyone doing tonight, man? It's a nice night tonight. Get the last of that evening light here, man. Accident. Gnarly day, man. What's going on, Mike? Much rather be here. All treats, no tricks, dude. Beautiful night for the walk on the beach, wouldn't you say? Yeah, dude, get out there, get some. Yeah, the half moon is fantastic. What is that? Waxing gibbous? Or is it waxing? Or wane? No, it's waxing. Yeah. It looks very waxy up there. But yeah, dude, it's here we are, man. Life's been pretty busy the last month, man. So I haven't really been able to check in, but it's stabilized. And then Al and I both got the flu. I got like a body flu for like it zapped me. Wasn't too bad. Monday, Tuesday were the rough part, and then it was just sort of fatigue and messed up sleeping schedules, and today I'm stabilizing, kind of in and out a little bit. I go out, work outside for a little while, get kind of tired, and then come back in because I didn't really sleep that well last night or the night before because I had to sleep through a couple day shifts of life. And then like Monday was a full day. I had to go to the eye doctor on Monday, run a bunch of errands. By the time I got home Monday, I was cooked. Slept all Tuesday. Tuesday was just in the bed, battling it out. And then you know how it is, like Wednesday morning at like 2:00 in the morning, I got up and was just like up. And then I fell asleep at like 9. Wednesday was a waste. And then Thursday, what was Thursday? Thursday was yesterday, was off and on. And then today, I barely slept last night, got up, had a super important meeting this morning, and got that handled, rested a little bit mid-morning, and went out, tightened up the lawn and the pool for the winter time, dude. Got that all ready, and did some stuff. I harvested a bunch of oregano, so I'll have a bunch of dried Talons Out oregano for sale on the Etsy link down below. I don't know, probably 3 or 4 jars. I don't know how much, dude. Probably in like a week. Nice, slow dry, slow cure, dude. And then here I am, dude. Fired up in the dream, dude. And then Al got sick on Tuesday, and then he got laid up. His was a little different than mine. He kind of got a cold at the end of it. He's like a day off, so he's still recovering. I didn't get any coughing, any chest congestion, nothing in my sinuses, just full body, dude. Just like I'd gotten punched in a bar brawl. So difference of 2 things. Took a bunch of black seed oil, D3K2, powered through it. Not a big deal, dude. And a little horse paste. Little horse paste on the front of it, dude. All better for the wear. So here we are, man. And it was funny. My wife hooked me up with a friend of hers, and we got into this. She's a big she got super successful via, what is that? Instagram. And she's a pretty spiritual person, kind of dialed in, and we were talking about the algorithm. So her thing with Instagram, she's like, my algorithm died, dude. Like, my algorithm died. And we got into talking about the algorithm, the interface with the digital consciousness, and what we're doing here. And it was a pretty fascinating conversation we had about, what we actually are doing here is as spiritual beings inhabiting these electromagnetic spacesuits, bioelectric spacesuits we have that are registering all the electromagnetic energy down here. And it got me to thinking again. And her whole take on it was, she's just like, I'm moving on to something else, dude. My big run at Instagram. She was pretty successful at the Instagram thing. And she's like, yeah, my algorithm died. I'm moving on. And I'm like, I'm at 16 years of doing this. I'm sticking with the game. But I had this thought while I was out harvesting oregano in the garden today. I was like, well, if my algorithm's jammed up, I'm like, and I've seen a couple other people do it who have been around about as long as I have, I think I need to just start it all from scratch all over again. It's a big leap, dude. And I'm thinking about it, and I go, if my channel is being throttled by algorithmic reality, because it obviously is, dude, because having 100,000 subscribers means absolutely nothing, dude. And it doesn't matter what I do or whatever it is. I got a boost back there at the end of last year. My buddy Jimmy guided me on some stuff, and it worked for like 4 or 5 months, dude. We got back into the numbers climbing a little bit. Yeah, I gained like 1,000 back. And then I lost them all, dude, when I took a big hit, dude, because I didn't toe the line on the whole Charlie Kirk thing as usual. And I'm not down with the conservatives and the GOP and Trump and all that stuff like I'm supposed to be, I guess, dude. As a conservative Christian, I am not a Zionist. I am not a Republican. I am not a magatard. I am a free-thinking individual who does not affiliate with any group that needs me to be boxed in by them. So I was sitting and I was thinking about this today, and I was like, I need to, and it's like I got like 4 channels on, but they're all coming out of my same like starter kit of how I've started for 16 years ago. I'm still however I started my YouTube channel 16 years ago, I still have I'm still growing from the same seed, if you will. And I was like, I think I need to completely start over again, like from scratch, like go back down to 0 and open up a whole new email, a whole new Google, a whole new whatever. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know how you do it anymore. So that's sort of where my head's at with this whole thing, is I might actually think about just starting it all over again. And I've watched the numbers on interesting people that have started from scratch in the last couple of years. And again, yeah, like there is a monetary aspect of my time being put into this. But I don't really that's not generally where I'm coming from, though it is an important aspect of what it is we do here: time, energy, exchange of currency, Floyd, thank you. Hooting the outside, hollering on the inside. Yeah. And you know, and so I've been definitely like, I got this light bulb went off today, and I was like, maybe I got to go back to square one. Of course, I would point everyone here in the right direction through a non-clicking way. It would have, I think I would provide an email, and you would have to get the new link through the email or something, because what I've been, after this conversation with this gal the other day, like I said, she was super successful, and she was like all about the algorithm had died on her. And I'm like, well, I don't necessarily believe that the algorithm is separate from us. And she's like, I've been doing everything I can to alter my algorithm. And I go, yeah, but I think the algorithm's a manifestation of our internal self and where we are. And then I was like, I've really been thinking about it the last couple of days since I talked to her. And I'm like, okay, if the algorithm is everything that it sees me as, right? I realized that maybe the reason I'm getting like shadow banned, because I just got some emails from longtime viewers in the last 48 hours that are all like, dude, what happened? I'm not getting any notifications. Where are you, dude? And I go, well, I haven't really been making a lot of content. No, they're like, no, dude, we're not getting any notifications, because they went and typed me in manually. And so I had posted recently, and they're like, no, I'm not getting any notifications. And I was like, maybe I'm getting shadow banned by not what I'm putting out, but what I'm viewing, right? If I think the algorithm's doing what they're doing nowadays, I don't think it really is. I don't think my output on YouTube at this point has anything to do with what I'm outputting. I think they're shadow banning me because of what I'm watching and what I check out. Because I check out some pretty, I keep myself pretty alternative based, i.e., I'm not watching any one person, dude. I watch from pretty far lefties to pretty far righties, and then in between, and then throw in, I just watched the interview, the post from Adolf Silva, who paralyzed himself at the Rampage thing, dude. And like, I was like, damn, dude, like, I don't know if that's worth it, dude, but the dude's got some courage how he was delivering himself, dude. So my hat's off to Adolf Silva. If you're out there, brother, dude, like high frequency all the way, dude. Let's heal you with your mind, man. He's got a good attitude. But so what I'm getting at is I think that the algorithm's so intertwined with my viewing habits and my alternate reaches, because they all come out of the same sort of spot. And the ISBN number, and not the ISBN number, whatever the number is that is your thing. I was like, I think I just need to start over, like 100%, just start from scratch with viewer one and go from there. And the reason I have so much trouble even like staying consistent with my Lego channel is it's the constant signing in and signing out thing. Like, it scrambles me a little bit. And so I was like, well, in order to really pull this off, I almost need to start a new channel and begin to view. And if my experiment's correct, I need to view content that the algorithm deems acceptable to get my message to more people. Because I did talk to my friend who was this gal, and her whole thing was like, look, dude, if we're spiritual beings and we're delivering a message about, our frequency and getting through the system and not falling victim to the polarized mind thinking of fight or flight, or right or left, or up or down, or black and white. She's like, we have a responsibility to try to go get to people that want to have some of this alternative energy delivered to them. And it was sort of like what she was saying for me was sort of hard to grasp for a second. And she was like, look, you have a responsibility as a dude who's built a platform for yourself on YouTube to maybe start, like, she didn't say this to me. This is my kind of taking it from what she was saying about what she was doing. She was like, I owe a responsibility to go meet my people somewhere else. And I was like, all right. And all right, let's see what Floyd. Every time I try to super chat, autocorrect goes insane mode on me, and it's almost impossible to type anything out coherently, like diffusing a bomb. Never happens anywhere else. It's weird as fuck. That's what I'm saying, man. Now I get a lot of like people tripping me out with the difficulty of, like, it still won't give me my join button at this, unless I'm wrong. I haven't checked in a while, unless you guys can see it differently on your side. Like, it still won't give me my join button. I've tried everything, dude, to get my join button on it's live and I'm getting ads. Well, yeah, dude, that's you gotta, like, listen, man, you don't want ads. You gotta do the premium YouTube. I don't know why anyone's on YouTube not doing the premium. That's beyond me, but our tribe of sobriety is important. Yeah. No, the Sober Wednesday things, like I keep that where it is, dude. I'm talking about more what I do, dude. Like, what I'm saying is, like, listen, this might sound like, again, it's just the difference of perspective of growth is fun. Like, there is a certain aspect of, I like the new energy. I like new people showing up. I like the trolls. I like the sort of, like, listen, man, I look at the my journey on YouTube in a couple of different phases. Like, there was the initial phase of when it was brand new and it first went viral, and the bowl cut and the Tosh.0 and all that kind of like celebrity phase of it. Like, that was super, like, just fun, dude. Like, and all the boxes showing up, and, you know, the golden era of the beginning of YouTube, when the money was flowing in and it was all good. And then there was, like, the next kind of interesting phase was sort of the manifesting phase of it, when it was like I was making videos and then things were happening and I was bumping into a lot of people, and people would call me up from the thing and be like, hey, I'm down here. You want to meet? And to me, that was the real wealth of what YouTube was that people would get a hold of me, and I would be like brought out of my regular life to go meet someone down at the market or down at the skate park, or someone would see me somewhere and be like, hey, you want to come to this or do that? Or, hey, I'm going to be up here. You want to meet me? Like, that's how I got in with all those skater dudes who were like, those dudes changed my, like, trajectory, dude. Peacock and all those dudes, when I was rolling with Gravette and Rayborn and up there with the Shallow and Lurker and stuff. That was that middle phase of YouTube. And then there became, you know, when we were all battling the coof together, holding strong and not buying out. But that was when it all began to go downhill on a level, dude. But that was cool because we battled the man, dude. Like, battled the man. And I think for me, where I am is I miss the interaction with the people thing. Like, I do like the whole thing of the dynamic of people being in the mix with the people, because I'm like an accessible person. I liked bumping into people and stopping my day and like hanging out and like talking to someone who's like, yeah, I saw you on the thing, and we chat for a little bit at the Target or the Home Depot or wherever it is, and we have a moment, or bumping into some dudes who are coming. Like, I remember those kids who came over from Australia who were like, hey, we're here from Australia. Can we interview you down at the skate park? I'm sure. I met this group of dudes got a hold of me and like camped out on my property for like a day, dude. They were super cool. They got a hold of me recently and were like, hey, dude, remember? And what I'm saying is, and then I just watched the Dern brothers with Fancy Lad. And I was thinking about like the Fancy Lad era of it all. And I was like, oh yeah, that's when Fancy Lad, and I was doing voiceover for their videos, and those dudes came out and visited, and we went skating, and I showed them some spots in Southern California, and they got a bunch of like footage and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, Fancy Lads, dude. And so what I'm getting at is I think for me is like where I'm at in this YouTube channel is I have been stuck in like this weird vortex for like since 2020 basically. And I got a little bit of puff that last year, at the end of last year, which added a little bit of new energy to the thing. And then I'm like, I'd rather grow from 0 to 1,000 again than stay at 105,000 forever. You know what I mean? Like there's sort of something like fun about the growth trajectory, dude, of like building something. And it was talking to this gal who like made me like think about it like differently. Cause I'm like for me, I ain't quitting. Like I'm so deep into this YouTube bunny hole. Like I'm not hanging up my thing like on any level, but I think like there's an excitement of maybe reformatting and seeing if the algorithm really is choking me off. And I'm convinced it is. I got enough data on my end because, you know, I get all my own data points to be like, yeah, I'm getting throttled here. And when you realize you may be getting throttled for like $10,000 a month, like you can hang out on your good ideas and like be like, oh dude, like I ain't selling out. But like, you know what I mean? Like it is a big hit, dude. And you know, I'm lazy too. So I've been thinking about it. It's a lot of work. I don't know, but it seems like the right thing to do. If I'm reading the trajectory correctly of what they're doing with the algorithms, it's almost like you'll know how to find me. That's what I mean is so like I watched this I've been watching this guy. And he used to be the I forget what his old channel was, but now he's a new channel. It's like the Disillusion or something, dude. He just calls himself his channel's the Disillusion, which makes total sense. But he started a whole new channel over, dude, and like he's killing it, dude. And I'm like, all right. And this guy's pretty like a whole different trip. But like I've been noticing this a lot lately, that you have a better shot of making it more exciting by kind of maybe starting from 0 again, if that makes any sense. The join button works for, oh, you did. So you got it. Yeah, I didn't down. Yeah, you can see the join button. It's not the link down. I'm on shrooms right now. Good for you, dude. So most people are, well, I think we're in a different, Facebook's toast, Instagram. So no, YouTube's going to survive it all, dude. Rumble's a hoax, dude. And TikTok's going to die, dude, because of the censorship, because don't mention Israel, dude. Right. And so I think what I'm getting at is this becomes the backup channel for the new Damn the Torpedoes channel, dude, or something, dude. I got to figure out. I wouldn't know what to call it, dude. And you know who brought, someone in the last chat like brought this up too. I don't even remember what this channel originally was called. Like I'm pretty like, dude, my little avatar here is got to be almost a decade old. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I am a little bit too comfortable here I need to get uncomfortable again. I think is what I'm saying. Like, I need to get back into that, like, do or die kind of vibe, dude, which I think, which listen, the way it all worked in the beginning was dumb luck. Like, I literally hit the button. I knew nothing about YouTube. I just gotten sober and I hit the button, dude. And lo and behold, the wild world of celebrity began, dude. So I'll never be able to create that again. I like the concept of getting some like goofy viral video again. Like, that isn't gonna happen. But having like a building energy coming out of the nothingness, I think is something different to work on. And I've been trying to get back to my Lego channel, dude. It's just been really hard because my like life has altered pretty radically in the last like month, dude. Luke from the Outdoor Boys had to quit YouTube because of theft of his videos. Hopefully the shadow ban doesn't follow you based on your IP address. Yeah, I know. No, Floyd, that's what I'm saying. I think I gotta like shift my whole IP address and everything, dude. I restarted watching or making your vlogs talking about life while you were driving. Yeah, Trent. No, that's what I mean is like the whole thing shifted so much. Like, if I even, that's the weird thing. Like, I go back to the thing. I kind of try to get back into the making the videos again, and it's just a weird thing now, dude. Never thought I'd get near 50, dude. So I'm having some thoughts about it, and that's why I called the video what I did is what did I call it, dude? Lower dimensional rule circus, dude. Is because I think what we're seeing is there's a shift in the rules right now. And it's not like a shift in the rules. It's going back to the basics of the stand where your feet are, and be a person of your word, and have integrity in your actions, and stop thinking someone's going to save you. I've been watching the dude. Did I not tell everybody that Nick Fuentes was going to blow up before Nick Fuentes blew back up again? Right? Like, I called that out like 3 months ago, dude. I saw it coming, dude. And I get what's going on, dude. Is they're trying to fracture the whole thing, and good, dude. I'm all for the sinking of the right wing of American politics, just like I'm for the sinking of the left wing of the American politics. Like I am neither for nor against either of these clown shows, dude. They are abominations and slave markets, dude, of the mind, dude. So I've been appreciating the thing of see, like, I do notice these trends coming on, dude. Name your channel the same as this stream. Watch it take off. Oh yeah, something like that. I got right on, Randall. Well, the sober thing, listen, like on that level, like that's a super potent. I don't think I would I'm not going to abandon the sober thing. I have a spiritual responsibility for that, dude, for my own sobriety, dude. You know what I mean? This isn't like I think, and that's half the reason I've stuck around. So like, I do marvel at the fact I've managed to stick around so long without truly getting shut down. But I think it is because like there is a spiritual component to what's going on. But I do feel the need to talk some mad smack, man. And I got to start from zero over there on that. Like I've been really trying to figure it out, and it's like that thing. It's like a committing to something. Like I'm sort of half measuring it, if you know what I mean. Like I got to commit to a whole new paradigm with it, dude. And this is wholesome. Glad DBM mountain bike. Yeah, no, I'm all about like the on it all on a certain level. That's why I like posting various, like that's what I mean. That's where the trouble is. This is a comfortable place for me to be, dude. I know. That's what I was getting at on the converse of this conversation with this gal. I was like, well, if we're generating the algorithm from within. I do believe that, but I go, maybe I've got a calcified algorithm. I've been thinking a lot about pineal glands and all the baseline stuff, you know, like really getting back to the thing. I've watched how it's morphed. Like I've been, there's these weird channel as I've been listening. It's like, and it's like these things that talk about like what history, they're like long. It's like what history would have been like 60,000 years ago. You know what I mean? Like I get back into this thing where I when I think about what it is like it's all this stuff's a decoy from the stone structures around the planet, man, and the pineal gland and the vibratory aspect of the frequencies and all of that kind of stuff. That's where but I also have this like need to comment on this lower dimensional polarized realm. It's like this thing I've been watching. So you know about the data collection of all the Charlie Kirk kids lately, right? I don't know if you guys have been following that. This kind of coincides with what I'm talking about at the same time. So if anybody out there is listening to me, whenever you go to one of these Turning Point USA things, they're putting data collection nets all around the thing, and they're collecting everybody's data and all their stuff. And I was like, wow, man, like that's diabolical, dude. Like, and I've been watching what's been going on with that. And it's this, I've noticed it is like this weird soul harvesting operation going on, because I do think the young generation's very potent and very like dialed into something, but because they're young, they're naive. It's sort of like the hippies were in the 60s, you know, like they were onto something, but they got set up for the big lose, dude. You know what I mean? Hence the rock and roll and weaponized anthropology. And someone sent me this pretty trippy video about Generation X and how like the music again was used to like like neuter the energy of the Generation X sort of thing, which ultimately accumulated in the burning of Woodstock with Limp Bizkit and all that kind of stuff, man. And so here we are in this interesting cycle again, where like this new generation, I think, is very like dialed into something. And I'm watching them getting like corralled into this thing. And it's this oppositional defiance. They're using their own like understanding of the lameness of the polarization to guide them back to the polarization. It's sort of this like inverted exit door, dude. It's sort of like, and so I've been tripping on the whole thing about how they're doing the, what is it, geonets. I think I got the term wrong, dude. But what they're doing is like anyone showing up at any of these. And the one dude, Rob McCoy's kid, was Charlie McCoy, was talking about it on their thing. Like, yeah, like it's a great thing that they are actively collecting everybody's digital data anytime they get in the vicinity of a Turning Point USA event. And I'm like, dude, like, that's what I'm saying. Like I got to get around the corner on the algorithm, because like these kids do need to get, like, somebody needs to like help them in the sense of like, dude, like the reason you're involved with this is for the right reasons, but they're manipulating you because they have circumvented the thing with the overlay, dude. And the overlay is what it's all about. It's like the difference between the republic versus the corporation, or the state versus, the thing. And so what they're doing is that they've got a pretty good scam going on. And I see why they needed to do the ritual of sacrifice in front of everybody, dude. Faraday bags don't work, dude, in that sense. Like Faraday bags, create like the opposite signal. I'm convinced that's all a hustle too, dude. I really do think that, like, on a certain level, there's no getting out of the thing. It's the awareness of the collections. Like you go anywhere nowadays, your data is getting collected, dude. It's all, you're right here. You're on here right now. Your data is getting geonetted right now, dude. So I don't think that's the problem. What I'm more getting back to is the clumping together of the geodata in lump sums with sort of ideological bends to it, dude. Right? So you have a bunch of young people who are showing up to the Turning Point USA rallies, not so much for any other reason than they're Christian kids trying to find a place to go and commingle with their fellow young Christian conservative types. And they have these vampires running the scene at the top, dude. And they are damn obvious vampires from my 56-year-old perspective, dude. Like, and so when these kids are showing up, it's one thing to be, you wouldn't show up there, but then again, it's like that thing. I'd rather have all my data collection show up because I showed up at a Ween show with 10,000 other Ween fans, and that be like my data signature, versus I showed up at some sort of like political Christian conservative thing so that I could be mopped up in some sort of coordinated data propaganda output thing, which, is why they assassinated Charlie Kirk in front of everybody, was the ritualistic sacrifice. Again, everyone wants to get into the thing. Like, I don't think that the who is important. It's the why is what I'm about. And the why is super obvious, is because when you have a bunch of young people paying attention to someone they're viewing as someone that is guiding them towards a spiritual solution. And you could argue that it's all MK Ultra, that Charlie Kirk was an MK Ultra plant from the beginning, dude. Like, I don't know. But again, I go back with they're playing dangerous pool because they had to actually they couldn't do it with Marilyn Manson. They had to do it with a nice Christian boy with the family and the wife and the kids and the entrepreneurship. You get what I'm saying? Is like they had to present the legitimate package in order to get these kids to roll along. And then they snuffed out that package and broad daylight in the ritualistic sacrifice, which lowers everybody's, like, messes with everybody's cortisol, jams up everybody's pineal signal, which causes everybody to go into fight or flight, and then bombard them with texts with signals, and then get them all to show up at events where their data collection can be coordinated in that corral. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't care if my data is collected at Target with a bunch of other Target people because I'm buying soap, dude. Like, whatever, man. Yeah, you can get my collection sitting on the 405 too, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's that to me. But when they have you all coordinated in a sort of and a thing that is based upon an attempt for spiritual access and a sort of break free of the status quo political thing that has been shoved into the status quo, I think you have a recipe for ultimately like the abyss, dude. And you know, I think that's why you got Netanyahu's just super like just all over it. And then you've got all the deep staters love all these guys. And you look into who was financing it all along anyhow, was all the Zionist shills anyhow. So, you know, these kids are going because they're young and they want to be around other Christian boys and girls, dude, so they can have families and careers. And all of a sudden they're stuck in a data gathering matrix so that the signal can be sent out to them and coordinated, and boom, dude. It's a giant golem factory. Exactly, dude. And so that's where like I see the thing of like why I do feel a certain responsibility to get around the algorithmic lockdown, is because whatever it is, and this is not being like, I do seem to appeal to a younger demographic. If I look at my numbers, dude, and this has always been my story, somehow I communicate with a younger demographic fairly well. And that's why I think generally my thing's been like stalled out. They know exactly what I'm up to because they're watching my data and they know I'm not polarized. You know what I mean? They know I don't live in a right-left paradigm. They know I'm watching enough stuff, and they watch when I check out of certain streams of data. Because again, I do know that this lower dimensional stuff is just data flowing by, like the dude in Matrix going, oh, there's the girl's a girl in red. There's like I do see it, like sort of like the green code coming down when Neo's first watching it with Cypher, man. And so like I do have a pretty discerning eye when to like back off and lose interest in things, because I do have discernment, right? So if the algorithm's watching me, they're like, this dude like watches way too many varying voices, dude. And they all there. I do notice something that most people who don't pay attention to a lot of divergent voices is there is a common divergent voice. Like, listen, I will tell you from my observational data collecting that the right and the left of this alternative mainstream, because they claim it's alternative because the mainstream media has died. The new mainstream is all of these dispersed out talkers with all their shows. The right and the left are saying the same thing. If you break free of the trigger words and the window dressing, the right and the left of the top of this alternative thing are saying the exact same thing. They are toadies for the machine. They are pro-war. They are pro enslavement. They are pro censorship. They are pro Zionism. They are pro status quo, even though they appear to be the new media. And then right below them is this sort of real interesting group of people that are right, left, center, that are all calling out their sort of side of it. And if you pay attention to the dudes at the top, they're all complaining about the infighting within their thing. And the best way to look at it, and again, is the Nick Fuentes is, as I'm telling you, is regardless of what you think about him and where he comes from, whether he's a Fed or not, or what, it doesn't matter. Watch what is going on around them, because they're using him as a tool to do what they're doing. But if you stand back, you can watch what they're doing. So, for example, the thing with Tucker Carlson the other day was again a full coordinated thing going on, because they want this lower level of people to appear to be backbiting within the right-wing established non-traditional drain the swampers. Like the drain the swampers now are the establishment, right? Trump has turned out to be no different than Joe Biden, who is no different than Trump, who is no different than Obama, who is no different than Clinton, and no different than Bush. These guys are all the same, all talking game, and then nothing has happened. Like nothing's happened. And that's fine. The empire is going to die no matter what, dude. So just find your lifeboat and paddle away from the Titanic. But what I'm getting at is this lower bandwidth of people on all political levels are calling out the system. And if people would step back a little bit and we would realize that our neighbors are not our enemies, dude, but our neighbors who are polarized into thinking that someone is the enemy kind of are our enemies in a weird way. Do you get what I'm saying? Is that it's sort of the opposite of the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Like, is that how it goes? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's sort of like this: is anyone in the ilk who views the other side as the enemy by default doesn't get it. But there's a level of people that are both right and left and progressive and conservative. We all are back trying to get back to the core of what it is. But even in that spectrum, that is some lower dimensional thinking. And then you kind of get down below that, which is sort of the next group of people, which are calling it out from the spiritual perspective of the black pill, right? Is listen, this is all fodder because the system can't be saved. So you better figure out how to adapt and get ready for whatever's coming. But those dudes are infiltrated by all the prepper doomsdayer weirdo dudes that are coming from the top, conservative lefty sort of thing, trying to infiltrate the spiritual thing. So you got to go up to the next level and back around and under. It's a lot of this going on, dude. And so, but what I'm getting at is it's pretty obvious to see when you're paying attention to the whole spectrum of what is going on in American discourse and these platforms is that there is a giant movement of people underneath the thing that do see the hustle and are calling out the hustle and are quite aware of the hustle. And yet the reason we're not on the same page is because of these people that are polarized, because the polarized people make it super difficult to like kind of like do this coexisting thing, because they have all these like false sort of memeing weird energy and none of them are panning out. I just, the whole fence sitter thing is the clue to it all, dude. I'm sort of, I can see it. I don't know if I can explain it that well. I'm trying my best, dude. It's, you know what it's like? I was watching, there's this dude I watch on this Hawaiian lifeguard, dude, Lo-Fi Lux on Instagram. He's this Hawaiian lifeguard. He's a conservative Christian lifeguard guy. I would say we're on very similar pages, dude. he shot this video the other day of this beach in on the North Shore, and he had this perfect riptide thing going on, where like the tide would come on the beach and then it would swoop in and then hit the center and then go right and form this crazy riptide. But the thing was, is the surf was gnarly enough where the riptide couldn't suck you through the surf unless you knew what you were doing. But it was this continual and this is what I like. It illustrates what I'm saying is like we're in this weird riptide right now, and the sets are crashing on us, and we have to go through the thing. Like, but in order to do that, you got to paddle like any riptide. You got to get out there, dude, or you're going to get caught in the breakers. Because normally if you get caught in a riptide, you just paddle like sideways, right? Like you go against the thing. But what this dude was showing was that because the way that the swell was happening, that the it was hitting the beach perfectly straight. And these waves were coming, the shore break was coming around, meeting in the middle. It would just get stuck in the trough of the oncoming wave, right? And so swimming to the side of the riptide ain't going to work when you're in the impact zone, where you'll just keep getting spun around within the thing, where it was like, you got to actually like swim through the gnarly ocean into the abyss, so to speak, to get to where you can go sideways. And then once you're out there, dude, you got to be gnarly to swim back in, dude. But like, I'm talking about burning the ships on the beach kind of guy, dude. Riptides are super scary, dude. And riptides will kill you, dude. I don't care who you are, dude. I saw the gnarliest riptide ever when I was down in Chile, in Pichilemu. I was at anyway, I was in there in Pichilemu at the Point Break there. I'm glitching out. There was a big swell, and it was just big rollers coming through, and it was hitting this beach, and there was like 10-foot solid like riptide waves going out to the thing. Like, just if you even like looked at it, you were almost getting sucked out by it, dude. Like, just like I was like on a cliff away, and I was like, whoa, it's pulling me in, dude. It was so big and so massive and so scary. And I was like, dude, that is some next level ocean going on, dude. It was dude, why am I glitching out on the wave down there, dude? But it was so big and so dangerous and so scary looking that like you realize it was that thing. Big ocean down there, dude. Big ocean down in Chile, man. That is some extra heavy ocean, dude. Gnarly, dude. Billionaires talking about us normal people is hilarious. Orange Man never cooked egg. Yeah, totally. The Orange Man sucks, dude. I don't know how anyone is even like putting up with, or he hasn't seen through the hustle yet, dude. But whatever, dude. Let the food stamp wars go on tomorrow, dude. Right? Isn't that the thing? And man, without a Woodstock 99 was bad as I've seen kindergarten classes with better organizations. Yeah, but that was all by design. Woodstock 99, they tried to play that off as like it was bad organized. And that was organized perfectly, dude. That was a perfect event, dude. If you get what it was, again, it was a ritual. It was the transition, dude, from one phase of it to the next, dude. Just like the original Woodstock was a ritual, super coordinated. They tried to do it again at Altmont, and it backfired radically, dude, because that one had had a West Coast vibe, and they were trying to actually like redo the thing. And no, dude. No, Woodstock 99 was perfect, dude. in all ritualistic senses, it couldn't have been any more perfect. That's what people don't get. Like that was like well orchestrated. Like you got to give the ritual people like applause on that one, dude. Like nice work, dude. Nice work. Good for you guys, man. And you know, some perfectly timed musical interludes, dude. Yeah. Organized chaos, dude. Which one's that? I skated a couple skate parks in Chile, man. They were pretty good, dude. Um, yeah, but even the food stamp thing's a scam. Don't listen to the right wingers and the whole thing, dude. It's all a scam, dude. Every bit of it's a scam right now. So I don't at this point, like, just hang on to your seats, man. Don't let them see you sweat, dude. They're all doing their thing, and at the end of the day, man, we're gonna have to rely on God as we have a personal relationship with God to guide us through all of this, dude. It's not that crazy, and we all are gonna have to, like, you know, it is gonna be a group effort from within, dude. So get some t-shirts, get some sweatshirts. See if I have any stickers left. Get some of those. Get some art, dude. All this stuff on the walls is for sale. The Ween posters are bitching. That one right there is rad, dude. And you got Smokey the Bear back there. Original art there. Original art there. And then that's another Ween poster. I don't even think I have that one listed yet. But yeah, man, it's all good. Those are my thoughts for the day. I'm gonna go cook Al some hamburger right now. All right, Floyd. Find it. I got sending out some. What we watch The Sound of Music every October 31st. We have full sound Dolby, and the hills are that's a good tradition. Far Out Aliens. I like that one, dude. Stand by your beds. It's gonna get wilder. So what? We can get underneath them and duck and cover, dude. Brace yourself inside of a solid doorway, dude. I feel like I want to. I want to watch that movie Greenland, because I know Gerard Butler, right? And if you remember back in the day when the paparazzi were snapping photos, and I was. Let me see if I can find the photo. No, it'd be 1.6. Let's see, dude. Where's the illusion and Gerard, dude? Come on, dude. Malibu. Just for fun, dude. I'm seeing if it's a quick look, dude. I want to watch that movie Greenland, dude. The comet coming and like I was like, I need some doomsday, some like Hollywood doomsday porn. Just for fun. Where is it, dude? Let me see. Let's try 15. Come on, dude. It's not giving me anything. It's me. I think I got my cop mustache going on, dude, too, in the midst of it all. Where is it, dude? Come on, man. Hold on, dude. Ah, we're closing in. Come on. I'm now I'm just in a bunny hole. I don't even know why I care, dude. I'm just I'm into one of those things where you're like, oh, dude, you know what? Let's see if it's out there still. Where is it, dude? Come on, man. Maybe it was 2000. No, it would have been like 14, I think. I think it's pre-owl. They're not giving it up, dude. It was when he was making that surf movie. What was that thing called? I don't even know why I'm into this thing. Because I saw that the thing came up with my algorithm today was like this movie, and I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh, dude. But it got released in 2020, so he never had a shot, dude. So I'm like, dude, I gotta check out Gerard's Doomsday movie from 2020, dude. Oh, come on. Where are we, dude? I'm gonna give it one last little push through the thing. 1,000, 1,000. I know I got my blue sweater on, dude. Oh well. One day I'll find it again. It's a pretty funny photo. Anyway, that's all I got for the night. I'm gonna get going here, everybody. With that said, good night. Use the name tags, support the illusion. Links down below. PayPal, crypto keys, get some t-shirts. It's holiday season, man. Get some merch for your peeps, dude, so you can look at it on their torsos when you're sitting across from them at the picnic table. And you never know, dude. I might get a new subscriber, dude, from it. Yeah. Advertisement, word of mouth. That's what it's all about. It's the illusion. Signing off. Peace. Good night. Use the name tags.